Hey everyone, it's Fitz with another daily delivery. Here we go. Yeah, appreciate you following along here to my escapades. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. I didn't think I was going to get that in, but then you ask. Hey, I'm going to do a sequel to yesterday's daily delivery, which was about the sad moment in my life when I realized that Saturday's indoor track meet, the Steve Miller Invitational, was the last scheduled sporting event in the history of Ahern Fieldhouse. Maybe there'll be something else, I don't know. But for now, that's it. The building is going to be repurposed, we don't know why. And I'm here to make a dramatic confession to a crime that I committed in the mid-'80s. I, along with a majority of the students who voted in favor of building Bramlage Coliseum and abandoning Ahern Fieldhouse. I don't need to be shamed, I'm filled with it. I don't need to be told it was a mistake, I know it was. But you have to understand what happened. And there's no nice way to put this. Basically, the student body was completely lied to about what Bramlage Coliseum would be and what the funding could provide for Bramlage Coliseum. Because back in the day, we didn't have that Google machine. You couldn't just look stuff up on the internet. To find out what a modern Coliseum cost wasn't as easy as it is today. To find out exactly the parameters of what it takes to host an NCAA tournament of first and second round site didn't exist except for the people that knew. And the people that told us building 15,000 seats for Bramlage Coliseum was essential for that knew darn well we were never going to get a site in Manhattan, Kansas because of hotel space and other reasons that it just wasn't big enough. But they told us that. They also told us they'd have a ceiling, much like McCain Auditorium, that could raise and lower depending on the event. Well, they didn't do that either, and they still don't have concerts, which was a big selling part of Bramlage Coliseum inside of the Coliseum. They tried for a while, but it didn't work because having a concert venue was a big reason why, because you couldn't do it in Ahern. There were so many lies told to the student body, and what was built looked nothing like what we voted on. It was far smaller, far less spectacular. It just didn't cut it, and it never has. But it's now the home, and it needs a renovation eventually. Ahern was a great place, but it's now about to become a memory as a sporting venue. It's done, its day is past, and hopefully we can get an expansion, freshening of Bramlage Coliseum here for the 38th anniversary coming up in a few years. Why is that important? Because Ahern stood for 38 years, and now Bramlage, well, let's make sure it stands for longer than that. Man, I'm going to miss Ahern, and I'm so sorry I voted on leaving it. We should just renovated the place. We should have, but we didn't.